have a question.
Yeah, hit me.
So, you know, you feel guilty, you feel obligated when you come home to give this thing attention.
Yeah.
And that is for you a negative thing. You don't like that.
No.
You, Mikey D, have a girlfriend.
Sure.
And when you come home to her...
Yeah. She gets plenty of attention.
But, okay. What's the problem?
Welcome back to the Sharehouse podcast, a place to air gripes and find compromise, but also your ultimate guide to sharehouse living. I'm here with Mikey D and esteemed guest Jackie Hatton.
Yeah!
Then stand-up comic, sketch comic, internet personality, Sims player.
Also, may I add, our first blonde person on the podcast.
Wow.
We've only been a seasoned black hair and brunette podcast.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't even
Huge.
pick up on that. That's crazy.
I take notes. Diversity is key on this podcast.
It's true. It's true.
It's also your first woman, right? That's what I heard the rumor was.
Oh, I don't see
Well,
gender
yeah.
and sex.
You don't see it? I see nobody. I
That's
see nothing.
Way to call us out like that.
Just
But I
blank
mean,
canvases.
It's okay. I think it's good that you're experimenting.
Yeah, this is a one and done. This is the tick the box.
I'm going to make
Never
sure
again.
that no other woman wants to come on this show
I'm going back
afterwards.
to. I'm happy to go to dudes only after this. That's fine with me.
I'm going to talk to every woman in this town and let them know.
Oh my god! I was going to ask you to present more of who you are, but now I'm scared, frankly.
More of who I am.
Yeah, just to tell people who they're listening to. You know.
You know, I'm a lover.
Nice.
I am.
Of
I'm
what?
You know, just like politics
Sure.
or like books or
Yeah.
sometimes like learning about something smart.
Okay, right
sometimes.
now.
Yeah, true.
Favorite politician, favorite book, and favorite learning about something smart. Go.
Favorite politician
Yeah.
has to be Wesley Snipes.
Sure.
I love that guy.
Really strong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he,
Really good.
great guy. Second runner-up, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
Yeah,
PogChamp.
strong.
Yeah.
Two favorite book.
Two favorite book. Actually have an answer for this one,
Yeah,
and it's The
fantastic.
Future is Faster Than You Think.
Oh.
Which is a book about how quickly the future is coming and all the tech that's about to happen and go, blah.
Huge.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Three, favorite smart thing to think about was the words I believe that came out of your mouth.
Favorite smart thing to think about.
Mm.
Like sometimes I like just thinking about maybe if women and men are like equal or
Yeah.
if it's like the same.
Wow, that actually was
It's
profoundly
really smart.
smart.
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't say okay.
He wasn't going to say anything to that, was it?
That's been the Sharehouse podcast.
It's
This is why we don't get girls on.
Okay, I'm gonna steer us
yeah,
back.
think about
I'm gonna
it.
steer us back. I have something I want to pitch to the table today.
Yeah,
Both
please.
of you, I've known you both for a few years now,
Yeah.
and you've both lived with pets and without pets. Jackie Hatton now having a pet in her home, and you not having a pet in your home.
Yeah.
I've personally lived with cats for like 15 years of my life.
Sure.
So I feel like I have depth knowledge on the problems that arise with pets in shared living spaces. But I like to present that to the table today.
So yeah, I'd say the gripe today is bringing animals into a shared environment.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like I'm on the nay, you're on the yay.
yeah.
And I guess we're just going to nut this out till we come to a compromise.
Okay. Let's nut it out.
Would you like to begin or would you like me to begin?
Please go ahead.
Okay, sure thing.
Tell me your gripe.
My gripe is that it stems from the fact that I don't believe that I'm a full adult yet. And so I think if there were to be an animal in this house that I had to take care of, one, it's not going to survive the week. It just won't, because I don't think I feed myself nearly enough. And to have an animal to take care of as well, that thing's just not going to get fed. Two, this is an open door home. I love having the fresh breeze come through. And we don't have fly screens or safety doors. Oh, that's not good to say out in a podcast.
And his address is...
oh my god.
So that animal can just be free roaming, right? Which is dangerous because we also don't have a fence for the road. So all these things considered, mostly the fact that I think I'm inept, I'm not ready to have an animal in my home. And if my housemate were to have one, and let's say I get home first and the animal's looking at me like, oh, give me attention, I'm now obligated to. I couldn't just walk beeline to my bedroom and not pat the animal.
Yeah.
That is true. I think about that a lot, having lived with other people's pets. It's like they are begging for your attention. They are begging. It's like, how can you not?
You have to give it
it's
love.
so cute sometimes.
But I don't want to have that obligation. But I know I'm going to, like, even seeing your dog when I came to your house, I'm like, we were about to leave. And I was so nervous that dog's gonna be left alone. Even though it's your dog and you know exactly what you're doing. But I was like, oh, does it have a toy? Does it have food? I've met your dog for 20 minutes. But I was so... And I thought, oh, God, this is not going to fly in my house. Please.
I have a question, though. Do you know what you're doing?
Whoa!
No one knows what they're doing.
Because she's blonde?
No, I'm just asking.
Okay.
I'm just
Nah.
asking. You did a little bit of a smirk when Mikey
I
said
watched
that.
some TikToks, okay? I did my research. I have a question.
Yeah, hit me.
So, you know, you feel guilty, you feel obligated when you come home to give this thing attention.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is, for you, a negative thing. You don't like that.
No.
You, Mikey D, have a girlfriend.
Sure.
And when you come home to her...
Yeah. She gets plenty of attention. But, okay.
What's the problem?
Okay,
God.
okay, Jackie, let's rattle some things off here. I've got my mum that needs me to text her most days. My brother, my dad, my stepdad. I've got Joel.
Yeah, you got me.
Tara. Got you. I got other
You don't
friends.
text me?
Well, you don't text me either. What's up with that?
Solved.
I've got enough things on my plate that I don't think I've got the mental capacity to have this thing that is so dependent on me. Like, let's say even if it's not my pet, it's Lockie's. Let's say Lockie gets a dog or a cat.
Yeah.
That dog will associate a couple things. Lockie's girlfriend Liv, Lockie, myself, and maybe one other guest that comes in frequently. But that's its whole world.
Yeah.
And whether I want it or not, I'm now a part of that dog's world, even if I gave it no attention.
Yeah.
Now, I'm nice enough that I'll give that dog plenty of attention.
Yeah.
I don't want to have that thought in my
You're
mind.
resentful about it.
I will be so
You hate
resentful.
the dog for it,
It's
for
a-
needing
yeah.
love.
Oh, yeah. My biggest fear right now, if I had a kid right now, if I was told right now, Michael, you've got a kid, gone. I'm gone. I'm going to Mexico. I'm done. It's my biggest fear. Of course, I'd never actually do that.
You're very much like choosing what you're responsible for.
I think limiting responsibilities is like, I think I'm big on that. I'm so scared to be obligated to actually have responsibility over different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I get that, but you know, when I got accidentally pregnant with my dog, it
Sure.
was one of the best things that ever happened to
Yeah,
me.
okay. So surprising.
I welcomed the
a miracle,
responsibility. Yeah, it was beautiful. No, it's yeah, I get that. I think living with housemates makes that easier because when
Okay.
I was living alone with the dog, I would have to go out and leave her by itself, and I had really bad guilt about that because I
Yeah,
was
of
like, oh,
course.
she's just by herself at home, like doing nothing. She's like a prisoner, and that's the other thing. That's why I spoil my dog, because I'm like, you're like a prisoner. You can't leave, and I keep you on a leach when we go out. And if you try to talk to anyone, I'm like, no, stay with me.
So you now living with Damien Vosk, is that something like you had to prep him for? Was he was totally aware that he was going to be moving in with a dog?
Yes, yeah. So he knew because I had the dog.
Yeah.
And he'd come over. We had Damien and I have worked together for a few years shooting sketches, and so he was always
Sure.
at my place at my last apartment I lived in where I had Mindy there. So he knew she was coming.
Mindy the dog.
Mindy the dog.
Fantastic.
And he likes her now. He's admitted it. He's
Cute.
admitted he loves
Really?
her.
But that's the thing. I don't think I wouldn't love the dog. I think I would, and that's the
Yeah.
problem. I just don't want to have to force more space into my noggin for more love.
You're afraid to commit.
I'm afraid to commit. I've committed fully to Tara, to my family and friends, and that for me right now.
It's enough. Your plate is full.
But then at the
No
same
more
point,
commitments.
here's my thing. If Lockie tomorrow came home and said, hey, I would like to get a puppy. My first, even just saying that, I'm like, oh my God, it's going to smell so cute. And, it's gonna look- and I get excited, but then I go, I know the obligation that comes with that. And I think I'm so scared of long-term obligation.
You are in the best position for that because if your housemate has a dog and you don't, you get all of the benefits of the dog with none of the
True.
responsibility,
Yeah.
right? I have the dog. If anything happens with her, like if she ever like does a poop inside, Damien will be like, Jackie, she did a poop, and then I run in and I clean it up. He doesn't do anything for
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Everything to happen with the dog is my responsibility.
What if you were to go away? looks
Then
after.
I would probably get someone to dog sit, I think.
Okay, so you
Or,
wouldn't leave it to Damien.
if he was comfortable with it, but we'd
Okay.
talk about it first. It wouldn't be expected, I don't think.
Oh, you're winning me over. It's too soon.
Yeah, it is. Look,
I want
I've-
to stay and die on this hill.
No, I think there are definitely pros and cons. Like, I moved into my home where my housemate Lockie has Nemesis the cat.
Yeah.
And at first I was really excited. Yeah, I've lived with cats my whole life. So I'm like, this will be fine, except I have less responsibility on this one. And Nemesis is sweet. She's really cute, but she's also the worst creature on earth. Like, I'm a strong believer in I close my bedroom door when I sleep.
Sure.
But if Lockie's not home, she like needs to sleep with somebody. So she will not, like, I will hear her back her paws up and then catapult herself at my door, and she'll try and grab onto the door handle. So I'm getting woken up all through the night. I'm thinking I'm having lucid dreams and nightmares, and she's just bashing herself against this door because she's trying to get into where I am. So all of a sudden I got to compromise and open the bedroom door, otherwise there's no sleep for Joel Harris.
There you go, and then suddenly your world is now changed.
My cats are a whole different thing. Cats are like heavily nocturnal, I feel like.
Yeah.
Cats at 3 a.m, something goes off in their brain and they're just like, kill John Lennon, and they start running around the house. Like, Mindy she follows me everywhere in the house. Like, I can't go to the toilet alone. She comes with me and sits in front of me and waits. If I go to the shower, she's like in there, she sits next to me. I go upstairs, she comes with me. She's always next to me. She's like my little familiar. It's like having... Did you ever play Club Penguin?
Yeah, 100%.
It's like having a puffle.
Yeah, great. No,
See, I didn't have puffles. Too much commitment. As a kid, I thought, whoa. One, way too many colour options. But two... What happens to me if I don't log in tomorrow?
True, you weren't a guy who had a Tamagotchi. You just watched everyone else's die.
I watched my cousins play with it. Even the 10 dogs, I remember like coming back and my dog died or whatever it was, and I was like, oh man.
They can't die in that game.
Mine did.
I swear I saw a meme the other day of people's Nintendogs who've just been trapped in the cartridge for 20 years now.
By the way, Mikey, that's a really weird way of saying that your parents wouldn't get you a Club Penguin membership. Couldn't get a puffle.
Okay, Nepo baby. Jesus
I did have to beg for that membership.
I actually remember so vividly in grade 3 when my parents bought me that membership because I peer pressured the heck out of them. My parents did not have a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I was like, ayo, they got skins. They got custom skins and clothes and dance moves. I want that. And mum and dad were like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And they forked out the money for 1 month, and it was the greatest month of my life.
Oh, yeah. And it wasn't cheap either.
No.
Was it like $60 for I don't know how long that was for. I remember it being $60. Maybe that was for a year.
That would have been a year. So. Yeah, no way it was 60. That would
expensive.
not have flown if it was $60 a month. But I have such fond memories of hanging out at primary school, and we're like, we're going to meet at the coffee shop on Brumby tonight.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I spent way too much time there.
I had a boyfriend on Club Penguin when I was in year 4.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, his name was Skater Dude 88.
And did you just send the heart emojis inside your igloo and that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we used to hang out all the time. And one day I saw he was online and I was like, oh, my boyfriend. So I went to go find him. He was at the ice hockey rink. I go over there. He's doing love hearts to another penguin.
No way.
Yeah. And I went to school the next day. I was heartbroken. I cried.
I'm so sorry for that.
Do you think that's how Mindy feels when guys come around and you're hanging out with other people and she's no longer getting the attention she wants?
She hates it. She hates it if someone's in her spot. Because when I sleep, she sleeps here. Like under my arm with her head on my chest.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
See, okay, that's another thing. Tara's got a beautiful dog, a little cavoodle. She's so cute. Name's Billy. But I am so pro no dog in bed.
Oh, yeah.
No dog in bed.
Oh.
Whereas Tara's like, yeah, love dog in bed. Tara lets the dog come and sleep under the covers. I'm like, no. And so the fact that you do that is just mind-blowing to me because I can't stand it.
Well, you know how because it started. I got her when she was 8 weeks. She was about like this big.
Yeah.
And she was just so tiny and she couldn't she just stayed on the bed with me and she was so cute. I just wanted to be with her all the time. And then she just always...
Of course she got used to that.
But yeah, once it happens once, like you can't go back. Like I remember once I was staying at the house alone. It was just me and Nemesis the cat.
Yeah.
Nemi the cat, for people who don't know me. Nemi's a cuter name than Nemesis.
What?
It was a very cold night. So she came up and for the first time ever, she came under the covers and we kind of snuggled like you and Mindy did. We were just canoodling and I woke up. She was in the exact same position. It was adorable. It's like, great, that's a one-time thing that's happened that was nice. I'm happy to move on and never do it again.
No, I
but
love
that's
it.
the thing. Nemi is like, all right, now that is standard
That's
for the
go
next
time.
365 days of the year. Like,
Nah, not on.
No, it's the best. And then I wake up in the morning. The other thing is I've been single for a long time.
Sure.
Okay? I've been
It's 'cause
single
of
for a
the
long
dog.
time.
Shout out everybody.
Because of the dog. No, I wake up in the morning and she's there and we have our cuddles.
Sure.
And the other thing is I figured out, because I have a lot of trouble waking up in the mornings.
Yeah.
And so I figured out, I've programmed my Google Home at 7 a.m. to go do-do-dung, good morning, blah, blah, blah.
Then play who let the dogs out and the dog goes nuts.
And then it says, okay, Mindy, would you like to go for a walk?
Stop.
And then she goes like, blah, blah, blah.
Stop
so I've got
it.
like a Rue Goldberg dog machine kind of going on. That my dog wakes me up now because genius.
That is brilliant.
Take notes. I think William Boyd should get a dog after all his sleeping
Yeah,
problems
that's a good
too.
point. Harkening back to the William Boyd episode, go listen.
Sleep solution.
Okay, I get that. As a single Pringle, I get it. It's a great companion to have with you. Dog in bed, though, I think... Okay, let's say you get a boyfriend.
Oh.
Ruins romance.
The type of dog matters. Some
Yeah,
dogs
it's true.
smell really bad.
Yeah.
Poodles don't smell.
You got a cute dog. It's very small, too.
They're like they have different fur. It's wool, it's hypoallergenic. They don't lose hair.
Yeah.
There's a type of dog, yeah. One of my best mates, Luca, they have a dog that I just pick up on that smell.
Yeah.
Just Friday the dog. It's a smelly dog,
When
I'm
you
sorry to
pat it
say.
and it gets in your hands.
You can feel it on your
Yeah.
hands. You're like, I feel dog on my hand.
Yeah, not pleasant.
I don't like that.
I love Friday though, Luca. It's okay. Don't
We're gonna
worry.
find-
I don't.
We need to find some compromises here because I don't think at one
I feel
point.
like I've won. I feel like you're going to get a dog now.
No, see, I was at one over, but then you brought back up the dog sleeping on the bed part, and I thought, no, I really hate that. And then I realized that's life with an animal, and no.
I think because I reckon you would be looking through it at the lens like I don't think you would own a pet, but you may live in a share house at some point where there is a pet involved.
Yeah.
I think if you were going to do that, you could reap the benefits. You just have to set boundaries. Like
Yeah.
cat or dog not allowed to sleep in your room. Your room is closed off at night. You don't give affection at these hours. I think something like that can work. It's kind of worked for Nemi and I, except she pisses on the floor sometimes.
I hate going to houses where it smells like cat piss. Like,
Oh, cat pee smells really bad
really
too.
gross. Litter
Pungent.
boxes are gross. I see my
You
thing.
need a good litter box spot for sure. Go on.
The reason I wanted to bring this up with you as well is because eventually, in a couple of years' time, move out to Tara's house. And as much as I'm so excited to live with Tara, I am so sad, and so is Lockie, of me moving out. We love living together.
We're
But it's
praying
gonna
for you,
have to
Mikey.
it's
We
gonna
hope it all falls apart for your sake.
I just realised how shit I sound. No, look, it's going to be so exciting. It's going to be so sad as well. But Tara's going to have her dog Billy with her, for sure. And Billy's the cutest little creature in the world. So I'm excited about it. But I realised because Tara's my girlfriend, it's not like a share house relationship either. It will become a co-ownership. I'm probably going to be expected to take the dog for walks. I'm nervous about it, gang. I think so. I think it's
know.
like you like I'm shacking up with a divorced parent of two, or one in this case. I, as the stepdad coming in, I gotta go play catch with the kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I've thought about that too. Like what happens when because I think adopting a pet together is a different thing, and there's definitely a shared responsibility there.
Yeah.
But it was my decision to get a dog, so I don't know
Minnie's
if it's
yours,
fair
yeah.
for me to then be like, oh, can you just like look after my dog for a bit?
But when it
Stop
comes
going
into a
out?"
couple of years of a relationship, like at the start, I get that. 'Cause it's like, do I even trust this person with my living creature? But then you get like a year and a bit in, you go, okay, well, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And I think then you're gonna be like, oh,
I mean, look, the extra help would be nice, but I'm not expecting anything.
okay, well, I respect that.
Yeah.
So this is a boundary setting exercise.
Yeah.
Is what I'm hearing.
I think you take home if you're moving in with someone who has a pet, like you don't have to like accumulate any responsibility of walking, feeding, cleaning up waste. Like that is all on the pet owner.
Yeah, I think if you are the pet owner, you need to take responsibility for that. Like
Yeah.
it was your decision to get a dog, therefore it's your responsibility to make sure it's looked after properly.
And make sure that's clear when you're moving in. And like Nemi cat voms all the time, and I'm like, I'm leaving that because I know Lockie's going to see it, and he's going to know that he has to clean that
See,
up.
I'm such a clean freak though, and that's my problem as
It's
well.
tough.
Yeah.
That I want to clean it. Do you think that? I mean, I'm sure it does. Which is, I feel bad playing the devil's advocate. Do you think Mindy only positively adds to the house? Do you think there's any negative repercussions?
Oh,
to
she
Damien's
makes a
life?
mess every day. Huge mess. I come home and Damien won't clean it. He won't
Yeah.
touch it. He'll leave it. He'll be sitting next to a giant mess on the floor
Yeah.
that she's left, and I'm like, all right. It's
Game
been here
on.
all day. I've been
I
out
guess-
at work
yeah.
all day, and I come home. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna bring this up.
Okay, so you're saying you're not even going to bring this up. So there's a little bit of resentment there, though. They're like,
Yeah, it would be like 2 minutes just to pick it up. Like it's a quick thing. I don't know. It would be nice, but I don't expect it, and I'm not going to ask for it either.
yeah, but there is that thought. Interesting.
Yeah, it would be nice, of course. Like, I don't want to do it.
Why did you get a dog then? That's all I'm saying.
Well, I did it, though.
Yeah. But I hear that, though. And then I would... My thing is, I would feel that sense of a little bit of responsibility.
I think because, I think in general, if I'm cleaning up around the house, I don't like being petty and being like, I'm only cleaning my dishes.
Yes. Yeah,
I'll
I hear
clean
that.
the entire space, even if it's not my mess as well. So that's kind of like my perspective on that in general. And so if it was flipped, it would be the same thing. If there was their pet and there was like a little thing, I would just do it.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have the right to ask for that necessarily. That's just how I choose to do it.
Okay, well, that's fair. I like that dish etiquette. What if, just to dabble in the dish etiquette scenario real quick, what if it's a bigger dish? What if it's like a full lasagna crockpot type tray deal? That's like, it's got a couple of baked in stains. You know, it's a bit more back work to get into the...
If I'm doing like a full clean of the space, then I would at least put it to soak, I think.
Okay.
Something.
Yeah, I think that's my max, is if it's a big dish or like a big old pot that's been like pasta stained, and I know the work required to get the grease off, I'll soak for sure. I'll leave it to soak, but I'll do everything else.
Giving it the Mormon treatment.
The Mormon treatment?
Oh, we don't. Oh, y'all
That's
don't know.
over my
Y'all
head.
don't know what soaking is.
No.
Soaking?
What's soaking?
Do you want to explain the joke
no.
to two dudes?
Yeah. Oh no! It's when you
Oh god, is it gross?
leave your penis inside to soak, like the Mormons. You look horrified.
The word soak is so gross.
He's soaking it up.
I'm good. Can we steer back and wrap this one up?
Cut that.
Soaking?
I don't know. I can cut this. I might have to stay in.
What if we just bleep out the entire the word soak? That's funny and
I want to steer us back to the pet issue at hand. I feel like we've discussed a lot, and I feel like we can kind of it's based on the person, what kind of life you want to live.
Yes.
I would say.
Yeah.
And what responsibilities you can manage to take on in your busy plate full of commitments.
sure.
Whereas Jackie, I guess when you got Mindy, was that at a point where you felt like you needed to take more on, or what was the thought process behind that? Or you just wanted a dog?
Yeah, I was trying not to kill myself, so I got a dog, and it worked.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We love solving problems.
Yeah, it was like my depression dog.
Cute. Okay.
She's my little black dog.
Cute is not a response.
Cute. That's so cute.
Good on you for not killing yourself.
Yeah, no.
Pop off, queen.
I probably could have said that in a more sanitized way.
Yeah, more soaked way for sure. Yeah.
So good.
We're gonna have that bit cut out. No one's gonna know what we're talking about.
Rewind that.
I have a question, because you were in the position where you had to approach another housemate and pitch an animal to a household that didn't have an animal. Was that a conversation that was difficult? When
No,
you moved
I
in
lived
with-
by myself when I got the dog.
But then you moved to Damien.
He knew I had it.
So there was no conversation. It was like, hey, I've got the dog, whatever.
Yeah, it was expected. Well, because
Okay.
I had a dog and we were moving in together. So
Let's
it was
check
like
in.
There you go.
obvious.
Yeah, when I moved in with Lockie, he was like, yeah, I knew he had a cat. I had met the cat. I was like, cool cat.
I just wonder what the conversation would look like for a housemate that wants to pitch getting an animal.
Yes.
And is there any right for someone to say, I don't want the animal, therefore you cannot get it, while we're in this shared living space together?
I remember when we were getting cats again at the family home, Dad was very much like, oh, if you want to get a cat, you're going to get a cat. It's like, well, you clearly don't really want to get a cat, so what's your answer? But he never really kind of budged out of that fence sitter
Yeah,
role.
okay.
Because I think it is like a nervous thing. I had another house full of friends where 3 out of the 4 of them wanted to get a cat, and that kind of puts the odd one out in the position like, fuck, everyone wants this, so I'm just going to take it. Like, it would be nice, but at the end of the day, they know they don't want that extra pet in the home.
I think the one person could just suck it up.
Yeah.
If most people want it, I think
majority
Or
will.
compromise, move out.
get half a cat.
Get a taxidermied cat.
Yeah.
Okay, but what if it's a one-on-one situation though? Like what I'm in right now, and Lockie hasn't pitched it. I think he would like a dog eventually, but like, what would be the pitch? If you were to try win me over, let's say you had to move in tomorrow and you've got a dog, or you want to get a dog, what would be your pitch? It's like Shark Tank.
The pitch would be, hey, I really want to get a dog. I would be looking after it. You don't have to do anything at all. I'll make sure it's cleaned up after it. We do have to keep the doors shut, but we can open the windows instead, so you can still have your lovely fresh breeze.
I respect that.
And deal with it. otherwise you'll never see me again.
Oh, that's smart. So you're going to play the card of like, you're dead to me.
The ultimatum card.
That's smart.
That's
You're going to play
great.
ultimatum sometimes. I respect that.
Yeah.
I've lived my whole life being afraid to leave the front or back door open because the cats I've lived with are not allowed to run out.
Yeah.
So even in this home, when I'm like keeping the door open to get gear in here, I'm like, this is so weird but so freeing to just have the door wide open.
I will say one time I came home, I was at home with my friend Sophie and we were getting ready to go out and we'd come outside and Mindy snuck out the door with us.
Yeah.
And then we went, no, and picked her up, put her back inside, shut the door. She was definitely inside. We left. I was out for like 6 hours or something. And when we came home, in like the hallway between where you kind of walk into my house, Mindy was just like running around free.
What?
Like my roommate had come home and she must have like gotten out after him and he'd shut the door and locked her out in like the apartment complex block, and I reckon she was out there for like 3 or 4 hours. She was fine, but I felt really bad for her.
Yeah, that's okay.
They get really sneaky. Our cats at home have just like ended up outside sometimes just because they sneak out. They
try to escape. They're prisoners.
criminal.
Yeah, they're prisoners. You're raising a captive.
Yeah.
I once had a dog that, same deal, you couldn't let him out, but he was a biter. And if we had any hated delivery people, anyone in high vis, he would sink teeth into.
What kind of dog was it?
Japanese Spitz. Cutest little fella in the world, but my God, that guy just loved sinking fang into a delivery man.
How many times has he done this? I feel like dogs get like 3 strikes and they kill him.
Oh, no, we just didn't report. We wouldn't.
That's a self-report kind of thing.
Knocking our boy.
It's a self-report. The dog's got to go down to the station and sign some documents.
No, let alone me rocking up in bicycle lycra. That was risky every time.
Oh, yeah, true. You didn't like that either. Yeah, he's an interesting little fella, but that was, again, like that same fear of not leaving doors open. It's, again, that other responsibility that as soon as I had the freedom of moving out, I thought, ooh, I can go home or go out and not have to think about anybody else. Again, end of the day, this has just come down to I don't think I'm ready for that kind of commitment outside of a relationship and friends and family. Yeah. I'm sure one day it will be.
And that's
because at least like Tara can look after herself if you're out, you know? Like, you just leave some food out for her. She's good.
Stop. We don't endorse this.
I don't know what to say to dig myself out of the hole you've dug me.
You really dug the hole, gave him the shovel and ran away.
Well played, Jackson.
That's all right. Thank you, Jackie Hatton.
Is that the compromise we've come to, that we don't have a compromise?
No, that you're not ready, and that's okay.
That's okay.
I mean, if you want to keep fighting, that's fine, but
No,
I got places to be.
I got no
be
punches
honest.
to give. Hey, put it there. Well, good snake. Nice one.
Get me out.
No, I want my own handshake.
All right, thank you for listening to the Sharehouse Pod. Please email your pet stories, pet gripes, any gripes for any shared living space, sharehousepod@gmail.com, at sharehousepod on Instagram and TikTok.
Jackie Hatton, barrel a camera and tell them what's going on in your world and what you can plug.
You watching this right now, I'm online, I'm on the internet, and you should follow me everywhere.
Yeah.
And follow me, not down the street,
How
but
do
just exclusively online.
How do I do that? Where? What do you mean?
What to
what
follow?
do I search?
Yeah, what's your name?
You're really confusing me.
Just close your eyes and tap your feet together 3 times and then type in your Instagram search bar, Jackie Hatton, I will show up.
I can't find the keyboard because
I
my
have
eyes
a
are
link
closed.
tree. You can find everything.
Okay.
It was actually...
I'm doing my first solo comedy hour later this year.
Whoa.
At Fringe Festival.
Whoa. Shout out Melbourne Fringe.
I gotta point something out just to generally get you the audience to your page. Isn't it Illfection? It's not Jackie Hatton?
If you search Jackie Hatton, I will pop up.
It pops up?
Yeah.
Okay,
great. Okay.
You can search Illfection if you're feeling spicy.
Ooh, it's okay.
Well, and hey, make sure to tell someone you love them today.
Yeah. Bye, Jackie.
Tell me you love me.
Aww.